So yeah, to make a long, ridiculously obscene story short and to the point, okay? Whenever you start somewhere new, be it, you start your dog, your pet, shouldn't be exclusive, it should be, you know, I should say pet, at a new place, you get the records from the old place. Whenever you start at a new place, dentist, medical, eyes, whatever, you get the records from the old place. That's just how it works. Okay? But in the case of him, I have to request the records for my dog be sent to the new vet. Okay? So, Omar went to the old vet, and let me just say, Joe's mowing his neighbor's lawn. But his lawnmower is electric and it was fucking up the other day, so he could come back in like 2 seconds. Or this could shut off. Any fucking thing can happen. I'm going to be going for my walk in my new sneakers and new socks. Like I said earlier, I just didn't leave yet. Stupid Big Sky is messing up, and I had to rewatch it just to make sure it's doing the not yesterday's episode, okay, but the episode from last week, and it says previously, and I watched the other ones. I'll have to go online and see what's going on, because that happened with The Bachelor that time, where it cut it off, and it was the most annoying thing, and now it's doing it with this. It's like, what the fuck? It's saying previously, yet I watched the whole thing that came before. There's nothing else. They combined 10 and 11, then I watched 10 and 11 again, and then it goes to 12 previously, and it's showing them being attacked and whatever, and then I'm like, wait a minute, we're missing something here. Hopefully it will be correct online, even though it's not correct with stupid Verizon. Joe used to have Comcast. He's like, we do. We always did. Like my mom does now. But nothing like this ever happened back then. Back there with Comcast. Never, ever, ever. Bachelor was all fucked up. It said, watch this episode, watch this one, and it was missing huge chunks of it. Like, what the fuck? I had to go online. Anyhow, that's neither here nor there. Like I said, I'm happy here. Okay? The intellectually stimulating conversation that I get to have regularly with Joe is wonderful. Okay? But the bad thing is that these are Omar's critical years, and starting him over, leaving behind the vet he saw, I loved for 7 fucking years, is difficult. I also saw and loved my dental hygienist and that dental practice, okay, for that long, for 7 years I found out, and I'm not able to stay with this new dentist. Icing on the cake was when I go, you refer me to this person who at least told me that at the very worst, I'll have to get the tooth pulled at some point. It's in the back next to my wisdom teeth that's out, so you don't have to do an implant. No one could see it back there. And Joe had to have the tooth pulled in lieu of having a root canal. He had to get an implant because you could see it, So that's good news. Better off just having the tooth pulled than have a retreatment of your root canal anyway. I didn't know. I thought I'd have to have an implant. Joe did a few years ago. Anyhow, and then they didn't even send over the x-rays we had just taken. That don't worry, I didn't, you know what I mean? This is like a place you referred me to, and you should have just sent them over immediately. And then you find out you didn't. I trust things are going on, and then find out they're not. It's the most frustrating fucking thing. So let's segue into the whole vet situation. I call the new vet. Okay, you need my baby's records, right? Yeah, we need the records. You have them fax them over. Give you the fax number. Call up the old vet. So do you send all the records? I'm just wondering. Like, I don't know. I've never had to do this before. And they're like, yeah, we send everything. And I said, well, how many pages will it be? And they're like, well, you probably at least like 65 pages. And then, because they said, well, can we email them? Well, and I said, well, they didn't offer email. They just said to fax them. And then they're like, okay, they're trying to be nice, my old vet. Well, we can fax them. That's fine, but it's going to tie up their fax machine. So why don't you see if maybe they would rather us print them out and physically mail them to them, right? I said, okay. I contact them. I explain the situation to the person answering the phone. And I said, okay, so they said they're just going to physically mail them to you rather than tie up your fax machine. Is that all right? Would that be better? They're like, yeah, that would be fine. I said, because he was there for a long time. There were a lot of pages. Turned out there was actually even more pages than they suspected. That was an estimate. They weren't sure exactly. So, can I have your mailing address? Blah, 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 blah. So I call my old vet, talk to a different person. Remember, you're trusting that things are happening the way they're supposed to. You're never going to be dealing directly with management. You're dealing with the person who answers the phone, whoever that happened to be. Right? We'll get to that in a minute. So I call up and talk to so-and-so. Yeah, I talked to so-and-so here at your office, at your facility last week. And they said that in lieu of faxing over so many pages and tying up the Omar's new vets, um, highly recommended, remember, highly recommended online. Plus, I did word of mouth around here, and the woman really praised these people to high heavens. So, you can mail it, right? And I gave plenty of time. Oh yeah, we can do it. We can't do it today because the mail's already gone out. We could do it tomorrow. I said, so you'll print them out and mail everything out tomorrow? They're like, yep. So I trust it was done. I wait a week. Instead of going to the new vet first, I decide to start with the old vet. I don't want to be bothering the new vet until I make sure my old vet did what they promised me they would do. I call my old vet. Did you mail out Omar's records like I was told by so-and-so on this date? And I give him the date, of the phone. And the person answers the phone, I'm not seeing anything. I'm like, are you kidding me? Remember, I did it in plenty of time, which means that if there was a problem, I could fix it, okay? And remember, too, I thought this was important. Come to find out, apparently it's not important, but we'll get to that in a minute. So it wasn't done, and of course I'm getting upset.